a motion, Mr. Chair?
Sure.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion to accept the minutes of November 4th. That is public and non-public. And of November 12th, non-public, and of November 17th, non-public.
No second. Third. Going to official reports.
Okay. Well, CIP is going to be here tonight. In fact, you can see Mr. CIP over there. We didn't meet since our last meeting. The ambulance met, and I'm going to be reporting on their nominations a little bit later on in the agenda. And I'd like to say that last year, at this time, they had made 140 calls, and this year it's 106. That's calls to the Grafton. How many of those came in answered instead of them? I don't have the answer to that, but I would feel comfortable saying a good share of them, if not the majority of them. So I don't know. And the fire department met, and I don't have too much report from that, up to the fact that they're looking for, chief's looking for articles for the warrant, which include a new engine, and then some for the capital reserve fund. Now, I know the engine they were talking about before is like $800,000. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that.
I think he pulled that back.
He might have pulled that back.
Yeah.
He pulled that back.
He did, and now he's looking at used ones.
Yeah.
Is he talking about that? So that's at a far reduced cost.
Yeah.
But then you're talking about something that's 20 years old, so, and we know very little about that right now, so that's all I have to report.
Budget committee met, is going to meet Wednesday night, interview for a new candidate. That's all I have.
Do you have an application? Anybody?
Yes, 3 applications so far.
That's pretty good. I'm impressed.
Yep.
Not that many people run when it's on the ballot, so to have 3 people step up, is very impressive.
Okay, the dump has 2 containers that they're not using.
Right.
They want to know because I think Hammond wants to buy them.
Yes, yes.
So we have to make a decision if we want to sell them or want to keep them. I thought if we sell them, we're probably going to need them.
Exactly.
At one point, we're going to need 1 or 2 something.
That's usually the way it goes.
Yeah.
As soon as we get rid of
Then we'll have to buy
it.
another one. So I'm not in favor of selling it.
I kind of have to agree with you because I think if they use one of the small open tops, they can put certain metals in there instead of putting all metal all in one container.
So motion not to sell the
Yeah.
containers.
I like it.
Sure, I'm in favor of that.
And then on to the big one. Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Police department. We've met with Russell, and Russell has agreed to step in until March as interim admin chief. Because he doesn't need any, still has all his qualifications, all his certificates,
Still active.
still active, doesn't need to do any training, and he knows the system already. So that would be easiest for us for now.
For a number of reasons.
Yeah.
And that's strictly an admin position. He cannot go control it. He can use the cruiser, but he can't
Right,
control
but he
the
can't.
cruiser.
Okay, can't use blue lights.
He can't use blue lights.
So put an orange light on for us.
Right. Put an orange light on for him, and that actually puts, March isn't that far away, so I'm sure things will shake out in March, but, the one person that we have who's part-time, this was vital for him, so I appreciate Russell stepping up.
Yep.
That's all I got. Going right into the road agent report.
All right, so first of all, I need to apologize to you, Lee, and the town of Grafton, because I lost my cool earlier in the week, and I exchanged words with you that I do regret, and I want to apologize about that. And I know that I didn't hold myself professional in that moment, so I just want the town and you to know that it will not happen again, and I do apologize, okay?
Yep.
All right, so with that being said, the grader's gone. It is down at Milton Cat, getting its transmission replaced. That's gonna be $50,000 when it's done, so that's exciting. We have all the trucks ready for winter, knock on wood. The whole 4 trucks we have. So we are aggressively looking. Kenny and I went and looked at one today that was very promising. Until we realized that they had erased the computer when we tried to scan the codes, and they were hiding that the exhaust system, something with the regen, wasn't working. So we told them we wouldn't make a decision until we came home. Kenny called a good friend of his that works on them every day and said it could be thousands of dollars to fix that. So we're gonna walk away from that one most likely, unless we can get a definite go back down with our computer and scan it to figure out what the exact issue is. But it's a full-on 6-wheel plow wing, ready to go plow truck, and that's what we really need. And then Reed's also has one that I'm talking to with them right now. It's actually our old flatbed that Jeff sold to Reed's. They still have it, and it's in great shape, shockingly. So Kenny and I are going over there tomorrow or Friday to actually look at it in their shop with them, to see if it's a deal we want to actually make or not. So Reed's is very okay with this.
Is that the old roll-off?
No.
No.
The wheelbarrow has a weird bike bed that they ripped the bed off and put the flat bed on.
Okay.
So we happened to see it over there, and I was like, what's up with that? They go, that's your old truck. I'm like, oh, I've heard about this thing. And we look at it, and it's in very good shape comparative to what we have now. So we're working on trying to make a deal with them. We're in a scramble to get another 6-wheeler before snow flies. Yeah, we have all of our winter sand at 250 yards hauled, so that's fantastic. That came out really good. And we're trucking along, doing really well. We're out topping really bad roads. You'll see that there's very spread out 8.5 ledge pack. And it's working. Roads are starting to freeze, so there's not much we can do. But it's what we can do with not having a grader at all. There also is a grader in Canaan that used to be Canaan Racetrack back when they ran their dirt track. The grader for them, they are looking to trade for a site truck. So they don't want a truck that passes inspection. They just want something that they can use around a lot. I'm like, I have 2 of those. So I'm trying to work with them. It's an old galleon, like a 68, 72 galleon.
Maybe that's our old truck.
Right. I would laugh if it was, but there's not much wrong with it. It just looks old. So that's in the works as well. That's what I have.
Thank you, Sam. Sometimes.
This one.
Perfect. We're gonna go right into the CIP meeting. Paul, you want to come up?
Sure. The others?
Or whoever was on the CIP wants to come up.
You can grab a chair.
Come on up.
Grab a chair.
Well, I have an apology as well. I haven't been to the office in a couple of weeks, so I don't have freshly made copies. These are the copies from our September meeting, which we revised slightly in October, very slightly. So they're still, I feel, applicable. But I tried to print new ones on my wife's printer at home today, and it wasn't printing in color, it wasn't printing full size.
I think I have that.
All right, so if you have a copy.
I think I have that issue here. It's the dates that threw me off.
The date on this one is 9/25.
Yeah, that's what I have.
Yep.
I was looking all over for that. This can't be it. It's 9:25. Later than that.
Yeah, so as I say, we revised it slightly. The committee revised it slightly in October, mostly by color coding. And the color coding I can describe if you'd like. Yellow cells is missing information, so either we don't have a date that it's needed by, or we don't have a cost for it. Items in red are items that are on the capital improvement plan within the next 5 years. So something that the people we spoke to felt needed to be replaced within the next 5 years. 6 years, actually, I think. I think it goes to 2031, I think. Items in green are things that have been done. Items in gray are really budget items, so they don't really belong in the capital improvement list, but they were on our list temporarily.
So the items in red are the ones that are within the next 5 years.
Yes, and as I said, some of the items that are not in red became red in the October version
And
because they're within the next 5
it's 6 years, Steve.
years.
According to the warrant, it's 6 years.
Yeah, I know 6, but he said 5, so I was using the same lingo he was using.
5 or 6.
Yeah, just to clarify, 6 years.
Soon. Soon. It's in red because it's soon.
So we probably put this one in red, although we just, because it says 26 on there.
Yeah, so a fair amount of these, as I said, got converted to red. I just couldn't print it on my way to print. It's an old printer and it wasn't printing.
I'm looking at some of these, and, you know, we're gonna have to decide what we're gonna put on the warrant as articles. And I think some of these items, we're gonna need to consider. Some of them, you know, the way things evolve, especially in the road department, you know, I know they're in great need of a lot of things. But I see the roadside moor here is due for replacement in 26, and we could probably get by a few more years because we got the one fixed that we have now, which was great. Thank you, Kenny. And there's also international roll-off truck.
We moved that, I believe, we moved it to the transfer station.
Moved it to the transfer station, because that's where it really goes, although it's the highway department that's been operating it, so. And we included the work on the parsonage there, I don't know where we're going with that. And we included the financial software package that I know that we've spoken with Sarah about. And that's not cheap. We have the thermal imager for the fire station. And it also lists the electric generator, but I think that's in operating condition. And in fact, Chief Gove says it's working great. And he just wanted to get a device where it switches on and off automatically.
Yeah, we actually had Innovate, Kevin, and looked over it and said it's in good condition, and Innovate was talking about doing the work to switch it over.
Okay, and Innovate was saying that it's a really good system that we have there too.
Yeah, and then that
Which is nice
maintenance,
to hear.
yeah, and then maintenance on it, because it's so old, is easier than newer models.
Surprise, surprise.
So that's also the beneficial,
Change the filter, change the oil,
Yeah.
check the battery.
Yeah.
especially
No
with
laptop required.
the automatic switchover, because from my understanding, it also does the town offices.
But that's,
So if it shuts down, it would be easy for her if she's there and it's a big storm, she doesn't have to go out and start it or call leave.
right, or if
It
it's not,
just automatically comes on.
if nobody's around, because
Right.
the fire station isn't manned all the time, so it's good to know that that would come on.
Mhm.
And it's good to know that the town offices won't freeze up either.
Yeah, and
as
if
a
we
result.
need the fire station as an emergency operating center or shelter,
That's it.
it's already up and running,
Yeah.
the heat and system, so that would be beneficial.
All know we spent a lot of meetings and we spent a lot of hours going over this, and it was slow going for quite a while. Just getting to be able to focus on the departments, and it was tough at first, but it seems the more we got going, we got some momentum, and people were coming in and readily sharing their information and their wants and their needs and all that. So that was good. And the spreadsheets, it's very useful. You could look at a sheet of paper and basically see where we're at as a town.
Right. Paul did an awesome job.
Paul did an awesome job at that, yes.
It was definitely a group effort.
But I mean, managing that.
Being the keeper of the Excel.
And the keeper of the Excel.
Yeah, you did a nice job keeping the Excel. You did a nice job running the meetings too. So
Yes.
it's very well organized for a new committee that, as you know, committees don't have the best reputation in Grafton, so I thought we hung together really well.
We did really good. Especially with someone coming in and saying, oh my gosh, you guys are laughing, it's great.
I think we would certainly appreciate direction from all of you going forward, but I think what we discussed at our October meeting is now that we have at least what we would call a draft plan, meeting quarterly, I think is what we said at our October meeting. I'm looking to the other committee members.
Yep.
And updating quarterly, that seems appropriate.
And our next meeting, we decided at the last meeting, because I have the minutes right in front of me, is January 26th at 6 p.m. So I believe that's after the public hearing of the budget committee, and we had the discussion when the best time was to meet. Steve gave a lot of feedback on that and said that was a good time, and plus the holidays. So, and then it'll just be quarterly, and then it doesn't have to be the same members. You know, somebody might be like, hey, life happened, I can't be on the board.
We have lost a couple members towards the end,
Mhm.
so we'll have to replace those. And I think that the end of January is a good time to meet because the warrant's basically going to be set by then.
Mhm.
And there might be some questions coming in deliberative session, so we could strategize for that.
Yep.
And then, you know, as the CAP committee will know what the selectmen decided to put on the warrant, so there'll be time to start planning ahead for 26. And I think 26's plan will be much easier to put together.
Right,
Yeah.
because it's going off what we
Because
already
it's
have.
going all working off the work that's already been done.
Right.
My next visit to the office, I'll bring the updated version, I'll bring it to the office.
When all the red will be red.
There'll be more red.
There'll be more red.
There'll
yeah,
be more
sure.
red than there is now.
Well, the office is used to that because we have a lot of red tape.
Steve's doing fun.
Yeah, sometimes I could be on a roll.
You will notice too that we started with Gene's help to identify grants for some of these items too. I know Gene's been doing a lot of research on.
There's a lot of research that goes into the grants, and I know Jean's been looking at that. And it's a funny time because of our current situation
Yes.
as a, you know, nationally.
No one is showing us the money.
There's no money being shown around or flashed around, so it's a tough time for grants.
It's private trust, private foundations.
Yep.
Private foundations is the direction, yeah, that we should be looking in right now.
Mhm.
Yeah. And organizations, if they
Yep.
have charitable donations and stuff.
Any thoughts?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it too. It's just gonna point us in the right direction. I'm looking down through, you know, and we're gonna be going through some of the articles a little later in the agenda, and I can see them jumping off the page that they're, if they don't go on the warrant, they're gonna get some serious consideration.
And it lets us what's coming. You know, it gets rid of the blindside factor a little, so.
Something we didn't have before.
Yeah, now we can actually shop around and not just have to, oh my God, it broke, we gotta replace it.
And to also circle back to deliberative, is you would have the CIP also there, so if there's any questions regarding this, you can actually tell the voters, hey, we looked at this, this is
Right,
what we're
this is-
doing, we had all this needed this year, but we picked this too, here's why,
Right.
and then moving forward, and then you guys, you know, have support, and then the taxpayers would have the answers that they need so desperately.
No, that's all good stuff.
Transparency.
Yes.
Try.
No, and the board still appreciates the support,
Yes.
you know, that we get by working together.
Mhm.
And we appreciate you coming in to report back to everyone.
And if you guys want to see your minutes, I have this.
Your copious minutes, I know.
Yes.
You have a reputation for that.
Yes, but if anybody wants it.
What's that?
When you make copies,
Yep.
can you make enough that I can have one so I can put it on?
How many do you
the wall?
want?
At least one. I wanna put it up like somewhere where
Sure.
it can just, it can be on a wall.
Yep. I'll do it.
Which one's the time?
Go to notification, map 12, lot 178.
Good. Shake and bake here.
Yeah.
Okay, it's on 430 Wild Meadow Road. And I'm pushing. 26 by 38. It looks like somebody did some work here. It's got a septic approval. And it's not going to be near the shoreline, so that's all set. And there's a map, you can see the proposed bakery, so we're gonna have a bakery right here in town. A dedicated building to bake your breads, which I happen to know are pretty good.
Right.
Make a motion to accept it.
I second.
Third. Question.
We'll go right into the invoice nominations now.
Okay, like I was saying before at the ambulance meeting, according to the bylaws, correct me if I'm wrong, Heather, but the bylaws say that nominations come out in November, and then they get voted on in December. And it also says in the bylaws that the selectmen approve the nominations, which I don't know if we have in the past, or,
Oh, yeah.
so,
Due to the warrant article back in 1995.
it's back in 19, so that's 30 years ago.
Yeah.
It's a long
Something like
time. Yeah, so we're gonna do that tonight. And the nominations for captain are David Hunter and Kathleen Lund. And let's see, the lieutenant would be Megan Joyce Root, that's who's nominated for that. And they are also the supply officer. And then for the training officer is John Baviars. And that's the nominations.
Make a motion to accept.
And I second the motion. So, okay, so I will report back who wins the race and the other news coming from the ambulance. This is a big issue.
Yeah. Dear Sarah and board members, closed, please find a multi-year assessing agreement for the period of 2026 to 2030, as your current agreement expires on December 31st, 2025. Over the years, we have remained committed to operational efficiency and cost management to provide the best rates to our clients. This proposed contract reflects an increase from $125,256 to $200,220, representing a 61.5% adjustment over the previous 5-year term. This increase accounts for rising operational costs, expanding service requirements, and market conditions that have evolved since the execution of the current agreement. We are confident the contract will meet your assessing needs and exceed your expectations. Should you have any questions or wish to discuss the term in further detail, please do not hesitate to contact me. The agreement is acceptable as written. Kindly sign and return it with your selected opinion indicated. Option indicated. Upon receipt, I will execute the document and return the original to you while forwarding the required copy to the DRA.
By the way, this is the only response that we had. This
Yeah.
was posted for quite a few number of months now.
But pretty much nothing has changed on their sides that were priced. So we have to raise our tax. Right now, on the budget.
So that's, $23,928 a year for the 5 years. And then on the 5th